Hello, what is going on? I am Matt O'Leary hanging out with you for a little pregame action for the New York Jets versus Buffalo Bills. What's going on? Today is going to be a fun day. The New York Jets are getting after it, and it's a game that hopefully they keep closer than some people think. That would be fantastic if the New York Jets are able to keep it closer than what some people think, and I think they do just that. So let's go on over and let's take a look at the Mojo stock. There's two players that I want to take a look at here for Mojo. The first is Michael Carter. He is slightly down, but I think the New York Jets are going to need him this upcoming week against the Buffalo Bills. James Robinson's a little banged up. Obviously, no Breece Hall, so I think we see a lot of Michael Carter action. And then Josh Allen, who continues to rise, 103.53. One of the highest selling stocks over on Mojo. So if you're interested, check them out. Link down below in the description. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Absolutely. So we are going into a whole lot of different things in this pregame show. Let's get into inactives. Oops. Let's bring up the inactives. Here we go. Buffalo Bills. They have a ton of guys who are inactive today. A lot of starters. Jordan Poyer. Tre'Davious White is someone who was supposed to be coming back. Matt Milano, Spencer Brown, and Tommy Sweeney. So that is four pretty important guys, obviously, in Poyer, White, Milano, and Brown. And as for the New York Jets, they too have some inactives. Not too many surprises, I would say. Most of these guys you kind of anticipated that they were going to be inactive. Pulling them up now. I'm going to share with you guys. Here we go. They're inactives. They always tweet it out roughly around the same time. Pull that up. Flacco, Davis, Knight, Ruckert, Adams, and Hall. So Mike White is QB2 today. Excited to get after it. Excited for today's action. And yeah, got a big day. Jets Forever is extremely high on our guy. Zach Wilson says Zach will have 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Love that. Dax Milne's mom says start sit 2 guys, Mims, Claypool, Terrace Marshall Jr. I guess Mims and Claypool would be the 2. Hennessy said, never seen a quarterback get picked off on a throwaway. LOL. Throw it in the stands today. Yeah, that's really not asking a whole lot. They should be able to do just that. Matt says, Zach will bounce back this week. Matt is a member of the channel. So if you are interested in joining, please make sure to do just that. Join the channel. There's a link down below to do that. Do we know what's going on with Bryce Hall? No, it's not anything that's out of the ordinary. They've pretty much kept him inactive most of the way this year. Lynchpin says, stat prediction for Conklin and Moore. May need to start them on fantasy team due to others on the bye week. Not mad about it, though. Game is going to have to be pass heavy. Yeah, I think they're going to have to come back in this one a little bit and throw the ball if they're down in this game. And I would say Conklin, I think, is going to put up some more numbers. He was someone that Zach was very comfortable with last week. I would think that he's a red zone target. Maybe get him going in the screen action would be nice. The tight end screen has worked pretty well. As for Moore, he only played 10 snaps last week. So I don't necessarily know how good or how often he's going. I was going to say how good he's going to look, but how often he's going to be utilized. Obviously, they're keeping him around, so you need to be able to get in on that action. And hopefully they use him a little bit more, but I don't know. Until you see it, I have no idea. Dax Milne's mom, he is getting in on the BUSR action, things you just absolutely love to see. He said, bet Jets plus 10.5 and the under today on BUSR. No White, Poyer, Milano bodes well for the Jets. Sauce shuts down Diggs. Yeah, and there's the ticket giveaway too. So if you don't know, if you sign up with the link and use the deposit $100, you are entered to win 2 tickets to Jets Bears coming up in a few weeks at MetLife Stadium. Over under 6 targets for Elijah. Good question, Kelly. I would think I'm taking the under on that just because when was the last time he had that many targets in a game? I couldn't even tell you. It wasn't someone that's been used a ton over the last 2 weeks. Let's see. He had 1 target in New England. 4. He was only targeted 6 times or more twice this year, week 1 and week 3. The last few weeks, it was 4, 4, 0, and 1. Jets Chaos, what's up, man? He says, is it Yeboah over Ruckert because of special teams and being a more developed receiver? I would think so. I think that's where it is right now. I'm not giving up on Jeremy Ruckert. I think he's a good prospect. He was, in my opinion, the second best tight end in this class. And I think he's just kind of a developmental guy right now. So give it some time. Jets Chaos, I'll see you at the half. If you want to tune into some live stream reactions, both he and Green Bean will be reacting live during the game. Boozer32 says, Bills are soft up the middle today. Jets will attack middle of the field and those safeties. Yeah, there's definitely, with the key injuries for the Buffalo Bills, there are absolutely guys that you could take advantage of. There are absolutely things that you could take advantage of for this Bills defense. Jets Forever says, Mims breakout. It's coming, baby. One of these weeks. Hennessy says Elijah will get 2 targets. It's probably. Wild Wave says any given Sunday. If we win today, I like this one the best. If we win today, white jerseys with black pants are new default unis. Yeah, never going to wear green ever again. Bam Knight is inactive today. He is one of 6 players inactive. It's Flacco, Davis, Knight, Ruckert, Tony Adams, and Bryce Hall who are inactive for the New York Jets today. Anthony says, do you see us running the ball more today? It seems like we win games when we throw the ball less. I think to an extent you're going to have to. In the second half of the game, I think you're going to have to throw a little bit, depending on how how things play out score-wise. But I tend to think that early on, you want to establish the run, keep your defense on the field as minimal as possible against this team. J-Boy says, I'll be surprised if Mike LaFleur will attack the weakness of any team. Ouch. Ouch. That's harsh. V-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. V-Man says, New York Jets are about to go broken arrow on the Buffalo Bills. If you don't get the reference, look up We Were Soldiers with Peekskill native Mel Gibson. There we go. Vinny from Peekskill coming in with the history lesson. Gotta love it. Thank you for the super chat, and hopefully the New York Jets do some damage today and shock the world. That'd be a ton of fun. Hennessy says, O-line got to step up big today. Yes, sir. And hopefully Zach Wilson doesn't drift and create more pressure on himself. Jets Carpetbagger says, Reed should be on Diggs. Put Sauce on the bigger receiver. He's long. Okay. You could theoretically do it that way. And I think because of just how good DJ Reed's been, you can get away with that. But I would not be surprised if they put Sauce, who they view as their number 1 corner, on Diggs. Jersey Abrams, thanks so much, my man, for the super chat. He says Zach Wilson will throw no picks. Garrett Wilson, Mims, and Berrios score touchdowns. Moore will get targeted 5 times, making 4 catches for 83 yards. 1 drop in the end zone. I don't like that part of the super chat. Jets D-line gets 3 sacks. Jets win 27-15. Hell yeah, man. Sign me up for that. I love these predictions. I love the optimism. And why not go into this game with a little bit of an optimistic view? They left a sour taste in our mouths this past week with a tough performance against New England, but big game before the bye. Please don't let Those idiots fans from West New York turn this into a home game. LFG Jet fans. Yeah, hopefully the fans are into it. And look, the team's got to give them a reason to be into this game too. Hennessy says, bet the under on Diggs. Why not? There we go. Western New York Jets fan. All right, you're one of the good guys. Sammy Av said, I had a dream last night that we won 49-47. I woke up so happy. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. I think if the Jets win this game, it's going to be a tight, lower scoring game in the 20s. Hope we win somehow. Yeah, there's a recipe for a win. You got to attack with these weaknesses. The Bills have a ton of guys hurt, and you can't have your quarterback have a meltdown. It's already looking like a Bills home game. Oof, I don't love that. Oof, I don't love that at all. Is Von Miller going to kill Ogabue? I never pronounced that name right. That's on me. I really hope not. Maybe have some protection over there. Have some CJ Uzama. We have more history from V-Man. Let's put him up. Thanks again for the super chat. Broken Arrow meant in Vietnam, an American unit was about to be overrun, calling an available aircraft to launch an overwhelming airstrike on the enemy. There you go. It's very fitting, I guess, then for the New York Jets, who obviously make reference to jet planes, calling in for an aircraft launch. Oh, I love this one. Zach with a last-second walk-off touchdown, 28-24. Zach arrives. I hope so. Music to my ears. Jets Carpetbagger says, have to shut down Von Miller. Amen. That's got to be one of the big things for today. It's got to be one of the biggest things for today. CJ Mosley needs to knock Allen out of the game. Oof. Oreo, I see a lot of three-step drops, quick screens, and a heavy run day for the offense. I think the only way we win today is defensive and special teams making plays, much like the Green Bay win, 16-12 Bills. All right. Good question. What are you going to do on the bye week? Just kind of state of the team stuff, whatever storylines are happening right now or are happening the week. And yeah, we'll take it from there. There'll be storylines. There'll be things to talk about. I'm not worried. Don't be shocked to see a stupid roughing the passer call after Sal's comments on Allen being a runner and hit him hard. Have to do it, but the refs are going to be on notice now. If he's past the line of scrimmage, then I think he's fair game. But if they hit him from behind the line of scrimmage, you might be right. That's their only personality trait. Why are Bills fans so obsessed with saying we're the only New York team? It's not that deep. They play further away from Buffalo than the Jets do from Manhattan. You could throw a baseball from the Jet Stadium to Manhattan. Not really, but it's close. You see it right. It's right over the other side. There's not a ton of building space in Manhattan. Thank you so much for the super chat. I don't see a comment from you, but if you put one in later, I'll toss it up on the screen. Thank you for the support. Really means a lot. Wilson throws 4 touchdowns and Jet fans who hate Zach meltdown. That'd be nice. I'm in on that prediction, Garrett. Brian, what's up, man? He says, what's up, Matt? I'm ready to see some competitive football today. I hope we find a way to win, but if not, I would just want us to compete. Yeah, I think it'll be a relatively tight game. I don't think it's I really don't think it's going to be something that we see like a blowout. I think the Jets usually tend to play this team pretty tough. And defensively, the Jets have a pretty nice matchup. Thanks for the stream. Getting hyped. Glad you enjoy it. Let's go. Kickoff's in about 45 minutes. You got me for another 20 or so. Jared, the refs have really sucked him and biased against the Jets. It feels that way, right? Doesn't it feel that way? I hate it. What are some immediate improvements we can make today versus what we did against New England? Really, to me, the biggest reason why they lost that game last week was because of the quarterback play with the interception. Zach Wilson needs to learn to step up not bail out on the pocket, not drift. And if he does that, if he stays in the pocket and just delivers his throws, I think it'll be okay. 3 Denzel Mims touchdowns and 0 penalties. Love that, Anthony. Hennessy says the refs and ESPN hate us. You doing any bets today? Give me a quick parlay. LOL. Okay, so I will share with you. I have 2 parlays. One's for this Jets game. The other is just for some spreads in general. First one is same game parlay. It's a long shot, plus 512. So this is a sprinkle. Zach Wilson, 200 yards. Gabe Davis, 50 plus yards. Tyler Conklin, 25 plus yards. And Jets plus 17.5. Those 4 legs are plus 512. And then I have a 3 leg with New England against the spread, Seattle against the spread, and Tennessee getting 12.5. And that is plus 595. Tennessee KC spread, I think, is too big at 12.5. The Titans always play them tough, and Vrabel is incredible in his career as a big underdog. So that's why I like them. JT says we need to run more. I want to see Elijah Moore sweeps. Yeah, there's no reason why you can't get the ball in his hands. I love it. Jersey says looking forward to a win, so the bye week is quiet. Guys get healthier, and Flacco's traded for a bag of balls and a lineman. Well, trade deadline's passed, so he's not going to get moved, but I like the rest of this. Wake up and work out. Just don't want people to blow up on Zach because the game is going to be hard and not sure how the running game is going to be. Very tough. It's a very tough matchup. Good question from Oreo. I know you're big on Wilson, but how much time are you going to give him before you hop off ship? How long was it before you gave up on Darnold? Well, Darnold, I was in on Darnold going into his 3rd year, and then after his at some point during year 3, roughly the Denver game, which I think was 4 weeks into the year. I want to say like between 4 and 6 weeks into year 3 was when I was like, all right, the Jets are going to have to move on. I don't think it's asking a lot to see 2 full years of Zach, which is kind of where I'm at. You reassess after this season, and depending on how the 9 more games go is when you make your decision. Yeah, Dan and Weiss is not sure if you saw the latest Jets social videos. Moore seems to be in much better spirits than last week. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, he's here, so he's got to find a way to make it work. I'm rooting for him. Donut says Sauce going to get a pick against Josh. He got Rodgers. Why not add to his legacy? Yeah, that'd be great. Sign me up for that, man. Same excuses we heard about Sam too. Why do we hold the quarterback accountable for bad? Why not hold the quarterback available for bad play? I mean, I guess it depends on how quick of a hook you have. I think if you invest the top 3 pick in a quarterback, 2 years, I don't think is asking a ton. 4 to 5 Bills defensive players out. Got to take advantage of that. Yes, sir. Frankie says, I bet LaFleur has a package for Moore. He seems happy. I hope so. Get the ball in his hands. Some quick, easy stuff, man. I'm not saying you got to get him 10 targets a game. I don't think the Jets are built that way. Omatic says, Zach with a bounce back game today. I hope you're right. That'd be pretty nice against arguably the best defense in football and one of the best teams in the NFL. Frankie says, I'm going to be positive. We need to lose by less than 10 points. LOL. I think it's a 1-score game. I have it 24-17 Bills, but we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Jets win. Oh, I like this one from Tom Kelly. There's an eerie vibe in the air right now. Jets 27, Bills 24. Sign me up, baby. Zach's been one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. Number 2 should be held to a higher standard than a 2nd-round pick quarterback. Who's the 2nd-round pick quarterback that we're comparing him to? I think all the first rounders from last year's draft class have all kind of stunk. They've been incredibly up and down. Justin Fields is looking really good right now, but he struggled at the start of this year. Mac Jones looks terrible. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence was anointed a top 10 quarterback at the beginning of the year, and he's stunk in recent weeks. I don't think any of those guys should be given up on. Run the ball. I love that. That's how I read it. I read it like gently up the stream, merrily, 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 merrily. What do you make of the James Robinson situation off the final injury report? Picks up an injury Saturday, ready to start Sunday. Yeah, that was a little bit strange how it was pitched. It was kind of like there's a good chance he won't play, and then he's active today. I think he'll be limited, maybe like 8 carries, and I think you're looking at 15, maybe a little bit more for Michael Carter. Would you sign Geno Smith or Tom Brady next year as a free agent if you had to pick? Good Lord. I guess Geno. Tom Brady looks incredibly disinterested. Everyone expects quarterbacks to come in the league and be Joe Burrow or Mahomes. It's not that easy sometimes. I wish it was, but it's not always that easy. Perry says Tyler Conklin, best tight end in the league. I love it. Thank you, John. Says huge fan. Love your content. Appreciate it. This is all semantics, guys. We have a young quarterback that has to grow. He's not a finished product. Patience. He's not. He's definitely not finished. None of these young quarterbacks are. The second-year quarterbacks are. We'll see. I hope the next 9 games look a lot better than last week, and I think he has the talent to do that. He just has to cut out on some of these mistakes, man. Here we go. Burrow and Herbert in 2020 were 2 historic outliers in one recent year and ruined the expectations for other quarterbacks going forward. Now people want Geno Smith, but are writing Zach off if after 18 games. On that note, I'm out. It's wild. It's incredibly wild. It took 10 years for Geno to get this point. I'm not saying give Zach Wilson 10 years, but it's such a what have you done for me lately thing. Ayo, Matt, let's go Jets. Let's go, baby. Good point here from Jimmer, which I think gets overlooked a lot because of where Zach Wilson is right now. I'm still impressed with the growth of this team from the years past. I'm happy we're taking steps forward. Yeah, they're 5-3, and at worst, they're going to be 5-4 at the bye, potentially 6-3 at the bye. That's incredible. This is bad juju. Bad juju. Last week, my buddy got into some little kid's face at MetLife to talk smack. I'm convinced that's why we lost. Yeah. Look, the Jets Pats riles people up. I get it, man. But that's some bad juju if I've ever seen it. Enjoy, Tom. Love it. John, thank you so much for the super chat, my friends. I appreciate it. Keep up the great work. Jets have to take advantage of the Bills' injuries. They have a shot. Yeah, I'll pull up I'll pull it up one more time. Bills inactives. There's a few key guys out here, man, who are inactive. Let's one more time. Sorry, I'm just switching some tabs around. Appreciate you guys sticking with me here. Inactives: Poyer, White, Milano, Brown, all starters, and Tommy Sweeney. Let's do it. Dan says, also saw an interview with Mims this week. He sounded like he's matured a ton since last year and has a new outlook with the team. Excited to see he's able to put it together the rest of the season. Yeah, I hope we see more Denzel. For me, it was always about what he could do mentally. I think when he's in it, he's a good player. There's talent. It's hard to teach 6'3" and 4'3" speed, but penalties and drops were an issue for him last year. And now hopefully he's proving that it's behind him. I hope anyway. Off topic, do you have any other hobbies like card collecting or video games, etc.? Not a ton. I'm Also a Mets and Islanders fan. I do an Islanders podcast. So if you're interested in that, I like music. I'm a big country music fan. So like Texas and Red Dirt country. Not so much like pop country or standard modern Nashville country, but like Zach Bryan, Tyler Childers, the Turnpike Troubadours, stuff like that. Imagine all the public praise we will get if we win this game. Yeah, it would be a huge statement because it feels like the Jets have been every one of their wins been discredited. So, who's your favorite Jets content creator besides Matt O'Leary? Anyone you don't like? No, I think we are very lucky as Jets fans to have some really fantastic Jets creators. Obviously, I work very closely with Ryan and Greenbean. Love those guys. The only one I don't like is Jets Chaos because I know he's in here watching. I'm kidding. I love everybody, even Jets Chaos. Jeremy's the best. What would Mims have to do the rest of the year to have him over Corey Davis next year? Or is it Davis guaranteed starter when healthy? No, you could get out of that. You could definitely get out of that contract if you want to. I think he's very comfortable, or Zach's very comfortable with him, so I'd be surprised if they do that. Casey picked the Jets this week. She did not go left. She went with the home team. Yeah, I don't live in the city. Although I was there yesterday. I hate going into the city. I'm from Long Island. What college football teams do you cheer for? I like Texas. Like I don't really have like a team where I'm diehard, but like of teams that I like to watch. Texas is up there. Georgia because they have a ton of guys who end up going into the pros. Yeah, I don't really have a ton of teams. I usually like to just pop in on a good game, but if I were to sit down and watch, it would be a Texas game probably. I love Austin. I want to go back. WWJD, what would Jets Forever do? That's fantastic. Sneakers the Boot says LaFleur has to help Zach and not put out empty sets on third and short. We need a threat to run. Amen. I agree with that. Daniel, what's up, man? He says, do we have a 30%? I'm going to assume this is a 30% chance of a win. I think 25 is what I'll say. 25% chance. 1 out of 4 chance they win today. Sweet. Thank you guys for sticking with me today. I know the connection's been a little bit weird today. I don't know why, but it just has been off. Johnny Boy says, if they throw on 3rd and 1 more time, I'm going to have to have a stroke. Yeah, this is why you trade for James Robinson, right? He's fantastic in short yardage situations. Obviously, no Breece Hall really hurts, but I appreciate it. I think that's the way to go. Our run is trying to cover for lack of O-line. I think the O-line has been pretty good, actually. I've been impressed with all the injuries that they've sustained. I think they've held up pretty good, actually. One other interview anecdote. Josh Allen compared a 3-pick game in his second year to Zach Wilson struggles last week. Says it's when it's all clicked. Hope Zach has that same mindset. Amen. What do you think of Sarkisian? I think he's been pretty good so far. Really can't ask for too much more. I think they've been, pretty good, all things considered. It stunk when Quinn Ewers went down, but they hung tough in that Alabama game for a while. What do you think Garrett puts up today? No White, let him eat. Yeah, I'll say 5 for 75, something like that. Yes, I will say yes. I think they get in with either 9 or 10 wins. I think you have a chance for 9. If you get to 10, I think you're definitely in. but I think the Jets absolutely can get to 9 wins, which might be enough to get them in the playoffs. I'll say yes. I say they go 10-7. Oh boy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Oreo. Thanks for hanging. I'll see you after the game. Two playoff teams right now. Yeah, if the season ended today, the New York Jets are a playoff team. I love it. Things you just love to see. Kay says Jets pull upset win 28-24. I like that. I saw that score earlier. I'm in on that. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Sweet. I am amped up for today's game. I hope they pull off the upset. It'd be a ton of fun. Things you just absolutely love to see. So love it. Love it, love it, love it. Guys, I think I'm going to get out of here and start getting some things ready. I want to order some food before this game starts. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary. Subscribe. Talk to you next time.